Welcome back to our journey into the twisted world of yokai. Today, we're diving into 5 more bizarre yokai you've probably never heard of, each stranger and more unsettling than the last. Number 1. Umebozu. What if I told you there was a creature so massive and faceless that sailors who saw it believed the ocean itself had come alive to kill them? They called it the sea monk, but this was no holy man. It appeared out of nowhere in calm waters, its head bald and smooth, like some divine punishment. And then, with one motion, it would capsize entire ships. No warning, no mercy, just darkness and drowning. How do you survive it? You don't fight, you deceive. When it asks for a bucket, you hand it one with no bottom. It tries to scoop the sea and can't. Confused, it sinks back into the depths. Not defeated, just fooled, for now. Sailors who survived said the sea didn't feel like water when Umebozu rose. It felt thick, heavy, like grief. And long after the ship was gone, long after the screams stopped, that bald shape would still linger on the waves, as if watching for someone else to notice it. Umebozu is a reflection of the ocean's unpredictability and wrath, a symbol of the terror that comes from nature's silence before destruction. It doesn't speak because it doesn't have to. It simply is. Number 2, Akaneko. Now let's talk about Akaneko, a red cat yokai from Saga Prefecture. This isn't your household tabby. Akaneko doesn't meow, it possesses. Rich merchants would suddenly start acting feral, scratching walls, eating raw meat, hissing in their sleep. It targeted the arrogant, the greedy, the ones who thought wealth made them untouchable. And once it entered you, you didn't walk it off. You crawled and you bit. Sometimes the victim wouldn't even know. They just get meaner, paranoid, sleepwalking, gnawing at their hands in the dark. Cats started following them, watching, waiting, until one day, the person just stopped being human, and the cat walked away. To survive Akaneko is simple. Just don't become its target. Don't hoard. Don't humiliate. Don't believe the world owes you anything. It doesn't care who you are, only what you are. Akaneko represents karmic possession, a spirit that doesn't lash out randomly, but chooses targets whose behavior invites it. It turns pride into madness, reminding people that not every predator has to roar. Number 3, Futakuchi Onna. Then there's Futakuchi Onna, the woman with 2 mouths. You see her face. She smiles, quiet, gentle. But turn around, and there it is. Another mouth on the back of her head, screaming, demanding, chewing on whatever it can. Sometimes it speaks curses, sometimes secrets, sometimes it speaks nothing at all. Just opens wide and devours. It doesn't stop eating, ever. Hair parts like curtains and reveals rows of jagged teeth, a tongue that slithers like it's searching for prey. Rice, flesh, lies. All of it goes in. They say the second mouth appears when a woman is starved of love. When her pain festers long enough, it finds a voice of its own. How does she live? She doesn't. She endures. To survive Futakuchi Onna, you don't cross her. You don't mock the quiet ones. You listen before their silence grows teeth. Futakuchi Onna is grief made visible, a spirit formed from emotional starvation. She's a metaphor for silence forced too long, until it erupts into hunger. The quiet ones aren't always harmless. Number 4. Aobozu. Aobozu, the blue monk. Tall, silent, faceless. He stands on mountain paths or temple steps, waiting. He asks questions that can break your mind, repeats your words until you forget your own voice. And when you run, he doesn't chase, he waits. Because you'll be back. In some regions, he's said to duel children in sumo. Lose and you vanish. In others, he just stares. Until you forget why you came up the path in the first place. Then you sit beside him and stay. Blue-robed. Still. Forever. How to survive Aobozu? Stay with others. He waits for the quiet, the solitary. Crowds confuse him. Noise gives you edges. Never answer him. He speaks in loops. Don't get caught in one. If he echoes you, stay silent. Bite your lip if you have to. Remember, every word you speak is a thread he can pull. Carry salt. Carry a mirror. Salt grounds you. A mirror reminds you that you exist. If your reflection fades, run. And if your thoughts start to slip, if your name sounds foreign, if your purpose thins, hurt yourself. A pinch, a burn, a cut. Pain draws the line between you and him. Because once you sit beside Aobozu, you don't stand again. Not as yourself. Aobozu is the yokai of self-erasure. He doesn't hunt or haunt. He disorients. He's the blank space that swallows intention, leaving you unsure of what you were before you met his eyes. Number 5. Aosagibi. Aosagibi, a blue heron that glows like fire. You see it at dusk, standing still, then lifting off with light pouring off its wings. It doesn't attack. It doesn't speak. It flies over you, and you sleep. But not the kind of sleep you wake up from refreshed. No. You dream of forests that don't exist, of whispers from the water, of things that know your name but never speak it aloud. And when you wake up, something's changed. You can't remember who you were before the bird flew by. You find blue feathers in your bed and a strange, glowing ripple in your reflection. They say if you see Aosagibi, it's not the bird you should fear. It's what follows. To survive Aosagibi, do not stare. Do not sleep where it flies. It doesn't kill. It erases. You'll wake up different, if you wake up at all. Aosagibi is an omen in feathers, mystery incarnate. It's the brush of something sacred and forgotten, not evil, but unshakably strange. Not every haunting wants to hurt you. Some just want to leave you different. If you've enjoyed this descent into the darker corners of Japanese folklore, subscribe for more stories that blur the line between what's remembered and what refuses to be forgotten.